Hey everyone, welcome back to Carl's Kitchen for our first dessert of the season. It's a grilled peach with pineapple sherbet and raspberry sauce. Behind me we have a blender set aside, a saucepan that I've already started melting some butter and stirring in sugar, and then a standard indoor kitchen grill. The first thing we're going to do, and I have some of the main ingredients set out in front of me, so I'm going to pan it down, and you are going to see on our cutting board a fairly large peach. I'm just going to have this, that's with an L, have, twist, and then pit this. You may want to use your knife. I'm just over here by the sink trying to get the pit out. I don't want to eat the pit. Know that it is edible. Alright. There we go. We got our two halves of the peach. Now I already mentioned that behind me we have started melting some butter and sugar. So the measurements are really not important for this portion. It's hard to screw up melted butter and sugar. I'm going to take a little bit of that. You don't need to really see this portion. I'm just going to glaze the peaches, the flat half, top of the peaches we'll call it, with this sugar and butter mix. Get a nice coating on there. It's going to really caramelize up if you do that. I'm going to turn off the heat. Now this is going to take a few minutes, so we're going to start cooking this portion while we make the raspberry sauce. And I can just set these down and let them start going. Now, the other portion of this meal that we can make in the meantime is the raspberry sauce. I have just a standard pack of raspberries from your grocer. This is probably a cup and a half or so. I'm going to bring the food processor over and just dump these in. Now what you're going to notice, this is a very summertime dessert. It's very sweet, it has some tart to it. Not something that you're going to be making in Minnesota in the middle of January, but here we are the first 2 or 3 days of August, and it's high 80s, humidity about the same. This dessert says summertime, if there is such a thing. Alright. I think you can see this now. I've just set this in the food processor, and I'm going to puree it for just until these raspberries are pureed. Alright, I can see there's a fair liquidy consistency to this. I'll take the top back off. I'm going to have to see what I'm doing here. Alright, I love raspberries. As soon as I took the lid off, this aroma came up very nicely. I have about a tablespoon and a half, maybe 2 tablespoons of sugar. I don't expect you to be able to see this. I use a white bowl for some reason. I have a lot of white in the kitchen, and the sugar is white. So if you can see this, you've got better than 20/20 vision. I'm just going to dump that straight into the food processor and take probably a little over half a tablespoon of, this is just plain lemon juice. All right, that's about it. That's going to add some nice tart to the raspberry sauce. Just have a whisk this together. All right. I'm going to pour that back into this bowl. There's plenty here for the 2 halves of a raspberry that I'm making, but that's fine. This will keep fairly well. Hopefully you can see this. There's not much better in the fruit/berry world than raspberries or raspberries, depending how you pronounce it. So that's going to go really well with our peaches. Now there shouldn't be a whole lot that you need to do to those once they start grilling. You maybe want to turn them once or twice just so that the grill marks form a nice pattern. I'm going to look at one of them. Yep, I can see pretty nice grill marks there. Turn them 90 degrees. All you're looking to do is caramelize the sugar and butter that we put on a moment ago. Start loading up the sink here because this is an easy and pretty quick dessert to make. In the meantime, I'm going to get out a plate, a bit of a drizzling spoon. I've gone to the refrigerator, freezer. I keep my sherbet ice cream in the freezer, not in the refrigerator. I don't want it to thaw. Clean up a little bit of the mess here. This is a pineapple sherbet. I think that's a nice accent to all the sweet and tart that we have going on here. You can use vanilla ice cream. You can use almost any vanilla or fruit ice cream, sorbet. If you have a yogurt that you really like, there's a lot of different ways you can take this. You can top it with something other than the raspberry sauce that were made here. You don't have to use peaches. You can use, I wouldn't use a plum, but well, blueberries you can make a sauce out of, I suppose. You could try apples. I'm not sure how that would work, but I think the peach and the raspberry are a nice, like I said, summertime combination. So I'm going to take a look here. It's been, well, a few minutes. All right, we have, for the purpose of demonstration, we're going to say that's been about 8 minutes. I know it hasn't, but who cares? So I'm going to take the first half. We're going to pan down. I'm not sure if you can see, but there are nice X patterns. I think you can see that on the peach. Nice thing about the peach, it has a bit of a built-in ice cream bowl right in the center there. So I just take. The other nice thing that this dessert has is a nice contrast between the hot, the warm peach, and the nice cold sherbet. It's like frozen ice cream that they make at Asian restaurants or Mexican restaurants. Not frozen ice cream. What am I talking about? Fried ice cream. Most ice cream is frozen, unless you keep it in the refrigerator. And I'm just going to drizzle this over top. You can get fancy, make one of those professional restaurant drizzles where you put some over on the plate here and the plate there, and you make a nice designer. Let's say that that's what I did here. Let's say I was a true professional and I got the plate, maybe you did one of these deals. Now your plate looks like a piece of art. That is, like I said, I don't know how you can see this, folks. I don't have proper lighting. I'm not a professional. That is a grilled peach, pineapple sherbet, raspberry sauce. It took me about as long to set all this out and put my camera up on the countertop as it did to actually make this. So it doesn't take any longer to make this for 2 people or 4 or 6 as it did for me to just make this for 1 and demonstrate. It's a very simple dessert. It's good from May through September in most of the country. And I actually can't look forward enough to eating this. So we're down 4 episodes of Carl's Kitchen now. Hopefully in the next episode or 2 I'll be bringing you a breakfast, and that'll be as exciting as it gets. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning back in and take this moment to congratulate 2 of our most faithful viewers, Matt and Tammy, on their wedding this weekend. Everyone give them a round of applause, and I have a hunch that this Wednesday our kickball team will celebrate with a win. Once again, thank you for joining me in Carl's Kitchen, and I hope all of you enjoy the rest of this summer with this dessert. Thank you.